Very good morning, dear students. I welcome all of you to the today's session. And this session, we are going to continue the discussion of the chapter 4, presentation of data. We already know that in a presentation of data, there are mainly three types, and we are going to discussing the third form of presentation, that is diagrammatical presentation of data. Here, we already know that diagrammatical presentation means presenting the data with the help of pictures or diagrams, or by using some kind of figures. If we present the data, that presentation will be called it as a diagrammatical presentation. Understood, right? When we use the pictures or figures or some kind of diagrams in order to present the data, that is called as a diagrammatical presentation. Compared to other two forms of presentations like textual and tableau presentation, the most effective and convenient way of presentation is diagrammatical presentation, because here we use pictures or diagrams. It is more attractive, and also always the pictures or diagrams even the uneducated or illiterate people also can understand. That's why the most convenient and reachable way of presentation is the diagrammatical presentation. Here, the diagrammatical presentations we are going to classify into three forms. The diagrammatical presentations we are going to classify into three forms. What are that in a sense? First one, geometrical diagrams, and second one is frequency diagrams, and third one is arithmetic line graph. This is what the three forms of diagrammatical presentations. In that, we have already started the discussion of geometrical diagrams. Here, again, the geometrical diagrams we are going to classify into two forms. Geometrical diagrams we are going to classify into two forms. What are the two forms or types of geometrical diagrams means? First one, bar diagram, and second one, pie chart. Second one is pie chart. These are the two types of geometrical diagrams. We all know that bar diagrams means it's a group of equidistant or equi-spaced rectangles for the classes of data. Are you understood? Bar diagrams means, bars means it's a group of equidistant and equi-spaced rectangles, and the width of the bars will be always same, but the length or height of the bars will be depends on the value of what data. That is what bar diagrams. Understood? Bar diagrams means it's a group of equidistant or equi-spaced rectangles for the class of data, and here the width or space between the bars will be always same, but the length or the height of the bar will be depends on the value of one data. But here, to present the bar diagrams, there are different kinds. In the different kind of bar diagrams, mainly we are going to discuss three types of bar diagrams in the particular chapter. What are the three types of data or individual variable data. Like example, income of a person, if you want to present in different months, we have only one variable, income, right? Likewise, if the profit of a company is, it means your profit is only the one variable, or the expenditure pattern of a family is. Here we are going to getting one single variable, that is expenditure, or the population rate of a country. It means we are having only one variable, that is population. Likewise, to present a single variable, the simplest form of bar diagram is simple bar diagram. Simple bar diagram. This was already we have started discussion in the previous class, right now. Next, second form of bar diagram is multiple bar diagram, and third one is component R. We will also call it as a percentage bar diagram. Component bar diagram. These are the main three types of bar diagram. In that, we have started discussion of simple bar diagram. Simple bar diagrams are the simplest form of bar diagram. It used to represent single variable or any one particular variable. Got it? In that, in a previous class, meaning we have discussed, and also one diagrammatical presentation also we have discussed about the population rate of country in a different census of years. Right now, I hope all of you understood that first question diagrammatic part, right? And about the simple bar diagram, today's class we will be going to discuss one more example question that is relating to a profit rate of a companies. Profit rate of a companies. Here also we will be having a single variable. That's why for that kind of data we will use again the simple bar diagram. And now we are going to take one more question. The question will be like this. Second question, already we have discussed one question under the simple bar diagram. Second question is, maybe they will ask like this: construct or draw. Construct or draw. Right? Draw a simple bar diagram by using following data relating to profit rate of a 6 companies. Here they will give you the profit rate or the profit level of 6 companies, and by using that particular data we need to construct a simple bar diagram. These questions maybe they ask for practical questions like 5-mark questions, or for the 4 marks they will ask to draw a simple bar diagram. Got it? And the data is companies, and second profit. In crores. The companies are A, B, C, D, E, F, and data is 100, 55, 80, 95, 30, 10. This is what data they have given the profit level of 6 companies. By using this particular data, we need to draw now the simple bar diagram. We already know that. Always in a simple bar diagram, the width or the space of the bars will be same, but length or the height of the bars will be depends on data. That's why by using this data, now we need to construct or we need to draw a simple bar diagram. Make a notes whatever we are discussing in the classes. Please make a notes and revise once your own at the home, because we have planning to conduct one assignment test to you. That's why prepare well whatever we have discussed till the date. Got it? This is what axis we are going to draw. This is what? X-axis. X-axis. This is what? Y-axis. We already I said that always the variables we need to measure in the y-axis and constant things we need to measure in the x-axis. Here the name of the company will be constant one. Then we will measure in the x-axis, and profit is a variable factor. We will be going to measure in the y-axis. Before going to draw a chart, we need to give a title to the chart. What title can we give? The title should represent what we are presenting in the chart. In the chart, we are presenting the profit rate of the companies, right? Then we will give a title relating to the same. Profit rate of its 6 companies. This is what title of the chart, and in the OX axis we are measuring companies, and in the OY axis we are measuring profit rate, and we all know that we have to take, for one particular bar we have to take 2 point space, and the space between each point should be same. If we take 0.5% centimeter space for each one bar, we need to continue the 0.5% centimeter space for each bar. Or if you take 1 centimeter space, then take 1 centimeter space for all the bar width. Got it? Here I am taking 1 centimeter space, then you will continue the same. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And also this data to take an interval for the profit rate. Also the data, its maximum value is 100, the lowest value is 10. Then to represent this range of data, we will take a 10 as a class interval. It means the point to point we are taking 10 as a gap. Here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Got it now? And now we can able to present the data. Company A. What is the profit rate of a company A? 100. Then take your 100, From this first, you have to take gap for the first point to draw a rectangle or bar. Take one point here and add with the help of scale. With the help of scale, take a right angle and join to the next point. And after this bar, take one point gap and come to the next company, company B. What is the profit rate of a company B? 55. Where the 55 is to arise? Here. Between 50 and 60, the central point represents as a 55, right? Then take a gap here and draw it now. Take a rectangle shape and add to one more point. You got a second rectangle. And come to a third one. What is the profit rate of a company C is 80. Where the 80 is to arise? Here. Got it? Add to the first point. And take a space and add to the next point. Now come to company D. The profit rate of a company D is 95. 95 used to arise between 90 to 100. Add it to the next point. Then company A is 30. Profit rate of a company A is 30. Then profit rate of a company F is 10. 10 where it comes? Here. Now make sure the first bar is going to represent profit rate of the company A. This is company B. Company C, D, E, F. Right now, if you want, write the profit rate on the bar. This is what? 100, 55, 80, 95, 30, 10. And if you want to like to give a shapes, we can give a shapes for each bar. This is how to construct a simple bar diagram by using the particular data. Understood, right? This is what the profit rate of 6 companies. Now we'll move to the next type of bar diagram, that is multiple bar diagram. Here, keep in your mind, the multiple bar diagram used to draw to show a comparison between two or more variables. When we have a single variable, we used to draw a simple bar diagram. When we have a single variable, but when we have two or more variable, we used to draw a multiple bar diagram. Got it right? Now we have a discussion with the multiple bar diagram. Second type of bar diagram, that is multiple bar diagram. Here we already know that multiple bar diagrams is used to represent the two or more type of data or variable at a time. The word itself is indicating multiple means more than two or more than two. Got it? Two or more than two. That's why here multiple bar diagrams are always useful to present two or more types of data. Understood, right? Take a meaning now. The multiple bar diagrams are used. Multiple bar diagrams are used for comparing two or more type of data or variables. Set of data or a variable. It is nothing but multiple bar diagram. And multiple bar diagrams are used to comparing or presenting two or more set of data or a variable at a time. Got it? And for example, you can take income and expenditure of a company or a family. At a time we are presenting you on the two variables, right? That's why we will use multiple bar diagram. Or take one more type of example, import and export of a country. Here we have two variables. Import is one kind of variable and export is one kind of variable. At a time we are measuring two variables, right? Or comparing the two variables. Then we use a multiple bar diagram, or else the marks of a students in different subject. Here different subject means maybe whether there are two subjects or three subjects, or it includes 5 or 6 subjects, right? If we want to present the more than two variable data or set of data, then for this kind of things more suitable is multiple bar diagram. Understood, right? When we have a two or more set of data or two or more variable of data, then we should use multiple bar diagram. That's why the multiple bar diagrams are most useful when we have to compare two or more set of data. Now to discuss how to draw a multiple bar diagram, now we will take one question for this. Draw the multiple bar diagram. Take a question number 1 under multiple bar diagram, that is example question. Question number 1. Question now. The following data shows sales, gross profit and net profit they ask question for 5 marks or 4 marks, or sometimes they will also ask for 6 marks. Got it? They will give a question like this. Following data shows the sales, gross profit and net profit of a company in different years. By using that particular data what they used to give, we need to draw a multiple bar diagram. We observe one thing here. We have 3 variables: sales, gross profit and net profit. That's why we use multiple bar diagram to present this. Okay? Now take down data under this question. Whatever I will write next, take down under the question. Take down now the data. First column, years. Second, sales. Third, gross profit. Third column, net profit. And years are first 1990, 1995, 2000, 2005. The company's gross profit, net profit and sales, they are going to give the data. Now the data relating to sales is 100. In the 1990, the sales of the company is 100, and in the 1995, 120, and in the same way, in the 2000 and 2005, the sales of the company is 130 and 150. Got it now? Then next, we are moving to a gross profit. The gross profit of a company in 1990 is 30 and 1995 is 40 and in 2000 is 45 and 2005 is 50. Next, the net profit of a company, what they have given is 10 in 1990 and 15 in 1995 and 25 in 2000 and 2005. This is what the question they are given. By using this data, now what we should do? We need to consider a multiple bar diagram. Yeah, in the same way, how we draw the simple bar diagram, in the same way we need to draw the axis first. This is x-axis, this is 0 point, y-axis. Now, come to our data. Here, we are going to measuring the sales, gross profit and net profit in the y-axis, and years we are going to measure in the x-axis. Now, observe the data here. The data range is 150 and the lowest value is 10. If you want to reach up to the 150, if we take 10 as a class interval, we need to take 15 points. Then it should be too large. Then when we take a class interval as a 15, within 10 points we can able to measure both profit, gross profit as well as net profit. That's why we have to present this data. The lowest value is 100, the highest is 150. Then if we take a class interval as a 50, then it is most suitable to present the data. Observe how it will be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Here take 0 to 15. The space should be same, should not be vary. If you have a scale, you can use it. And you can take a equal space for the each point. And first point distance 0 to first point distance is 15. And the same way, but then first point to second point the distance will be the difference will be 15. Okay. Then 15 plus 15 30. 30 plus 15 45. Likewise, we are taking the difference is 15 for each point. Got it now? The class interval, we can also say it as a class interval. Got it? Then 45 to next point 60, 75, 90, 105, 1, 20, 1, 35, 150. Got it right? Then here, in a to construct a simple bar diagram, we have taken 2 point space for one particular bar. But here we are going to measure 3 bars for particular year. For 1 year, we are going to draw a 3 bars because we have 3 variables. In a 1990, we have to represent the sales, gross profit and net profit of a company in a particular year. In one particular year, we need to draw 3 rectangles. Then we need to take up 4 points for one particular year. 4 points for one particular year. It means 4 equal spaces. Take 1 centimeter space. Then 1, 2, 3. It means 4 points is to come. This is what representing 1990. So once you will get idea how to draw. Now come to the 1990. What is the sales of a company in a 1990? 100. Right now the sales of a company in 1990 is 100. Where the 100 used to arise? Here we have to make it a 5 equal parts. Sorry, 3 equal parts. This is 90, 5, 100, 105, right? Then 100 is used to arise there or here. Then take a space, join to the first point. For the same line only, now gross profit. What is the gross profit of a company in 1990? 30. Where the 30 used to come? Where the 30 used to come, you just take you just break a line from there where you will get that profit point. The gross profit is 30. Then you draw a rectangle space for the line already which you drawn for the sales. And come to next, net profit. Net profit is 10. Here you have to take 3 points equally. This is what 5, 10, next 15, right? Now 10 is comes to arise here. This is how in the same way without gap we need to add the bars for all 3 variables. Got it right? Now we'll move to the next one. That is 1995. Here under the 1995, the sales of a Where the 120 is called as here, right? Come to the particular point now. Take a rectangle shape. Next, the gross profit in 1995 is 40. 40 means here 35, 40, right? It used to come. Use the scale while drawing, because here I can't use scale on the board. That's why I am not using the scale. I am drawing by own hand, but you should use the scale. Better you need to buy one geometry material. Geometry material like protractor, rotator, it means compass, scale, pencil, eraser. These materials must you should have with you while observing the video to draw. Okay. And now come to the 1995 net profit rate is 15, right? The 15 used to come here. Now we got a 1995 sales, gross profit and net profit of a company. In the same way, takes other points also. The distance between these all the points should be same. Got it? And this is what? 2000. And under 2000, the sales of a company is 130. Here 25, 30. Three divisions we have did. One is 25, 125, 130, and this is what 135. Here come to 130. Next, what will be the gross profit? 45 and net profit is 25. 45. It used to come here. Next 25 means 15, 20, 25. 15, 20, 25, right? This is what? 2000. The year 2000's sales, gross profit and net profit of a company. And next one more year we have 2005. Yeah, what is under the 2005? The sales of the company is 150. Where the 150 is here. And next, the gross profit is 50 and net profit is 25. 50 means here above the 45, 50 used to arise. Next, it's here. This is a to draw a multiple bar diagram. Got it? Here in x-axis we are measuring the years, and in a y-axis we are measuring the three variables. What are that? Sales, comma, gross profit, comma, net profit. We need to mention all this. Which axis is measuring what kind of things? Here the x-axis is measuring years. We need to mention while drawing the chart. And in a y-axis we are measuring the three variables: sales, gross profit and net profit. And we should take equal space for the each bar width, and equal distance also same. And while drawing the particular year we now need to take a gap or space between the bars. You can join at a time. Okay, no? One bar after one bar, and after the completion of one particular year, we are taking a space. But in this way, it's clear. Its 3 bars are representing the year 1990, and remaining these 3 bars are representing 1995. These 3 bars are representing 20, and this is what? Sorry, 2000 and 2005. Now, for the easy identification, we can give a different shades. What are the sales bars are there, or rectangles are there? For them, for the sale, we can give a same type of shades, like I give briny shades. Only for sales. Then next year, plain words. And next year I will give cross. How you want, you can give your own shades to the bars, okay? This point bars are showing the sales of a company. The plain word bars are showing the gross profit of a company. And the curved bars are representing the net profit of a company. We can show you this in sample boxes. These bars are representing bars. This kind of bars representing sales, and next flying birds. These bars are representing gross profit, and next these bars are representing net profit. This is how to construct a multiple bar diagram, and also we can give title to a chart or diagram. The title we can give the sales profit and net profit of a company. Sales, gross profit and net profit of a company. Got it? This is how. Now the chart is completed, right? First we need to draw a x-axis and y-axis. The x-axis is measuring years and the y-axis is measuring all the variables like sales, gross profit and net profit. And here we need to take what the space between bars as well as the width of the bar will be same. And how many variables are there? That many bars or rectangles we need to draw. Here we have 3 variables, then 3 bars we need to going to draw. Or if you have a 2 variable, then we will draw only 3. Sorry, we will draw only 2. Or if you have a 4 variable at a time, we will draw a 4 multiple bars per particular year. If we have 3, then we will draw a 3 bars. Got it? And this is what will be continuing for the same, and we can give different types of shades for the particular variable bar or for the particular set of bar. Here in sales bars we have given the rainy shades. Then what the rainy shades bar is representing, that will be shown in the sample box. And next, the bird flying shades we have given for the gross profit, and the curves we have given for the net profit, that we should be shown in the sample boxes. This is what the multiple bar diagram. I hope all of you have understood, and with one more example we will be continue the discussion of multiple bar diagram in the next class. Thank you everyone.